Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. finally takes responsibility for his negligence in the death of Tupac Shakur. This is groundbreaking. Let's get into some of the straight game.
Life is like cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, notification. Also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and click what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. finally admits that he was responsible for Tupac being shot on September 7th, 1996 on the Las Vegas Strip. And his security company failed.
As a security company, I failed because my security guard, and I have to take some responsibility of that, didn't call me and inform me what happened, and Tupac got shot and killed, not while I was there, but while my security company was one of the ones supposedly fired. But we know that's this false statement, fake news, as Donald Trump people would say.
I want to say it again. Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. finally admits that his security company on September 7th, 1996 failed Tupac Shakur, and he's accepted responsibility for that failure.
As a security company, I failed because my security guard, and I have to take some responsibility of that, didn't call me and inform me what happened, and Tupac got shot and killed, not while I was there, but while my security company was one of the ones supposedly fired. But we know that's this false statement, fake news, as Donald Trump people would say.
I've been trying to tell you guys for years, the name calling, the inaccurate statements, the claiming to know about someone's business when you really, truly, honestly don't know. All of these things have been distractions and deflections to keep you away from the facts of the matter. And the fact is that on September 7th, 1996, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. and his failed security company, Right Way Protection Services, failed to protect Tupac Shakur on that fatal night that Tupac would succumb to the injuries based on the lack of protection approximately 6 days later, on September 13th of 1996. The reason why this is so important, and like I said, there's been a lot of players, there's been a lot of rumors, there's been a lot of misinformation, and Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. and Gullible John over at Bomb First have been the ones mainly disseminating this information to keep you away from what actually should be focused on. And what actually should be focused on was the fact that now, finally, after I called him out after video after video after video, right? He's finally admitting that he was responsible. His security company was responsible, but he keeps on trying to deflect and say that his security guard didn't call him, right? And that he wasn't there when Tupac got shot, meaning physically there in the car, in the vicinity, right? Well, one must truly understand that you are the head of the company. It is your job to know what's going on. It is your job to make sure that everything is running according to the best that it can be ran at that particular time. And that simply was not the case. Suge Knight, I played the video. When Suge Knight said that he asked Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. to send 5 more security guards, y'all might have heard that part. But Suge said something before that that was even more important, if you will. Suge said, I had two of the toughest guys on Tupac, but Reggie pulled them off of him.
Those guys, if you go back and watch the film, they was already stalking Pac, like watching him. So that just tipped the iceberg when something happened. But there was a plan already to do something to him.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I said, I had 2 of the toughest guys for him, and Reggie pulled them off of me. It didn't have to happen. I told him to send 5 guys from the club to there, and they never said nobody.
I'm going to say it again because I don't think y'all really listened. You know, sometimes you can listen to what somebody say and hear the one part that you want to hear, and, you know, sometimes glaze over the other part that might be a tad bit more important. But Suge Knight said,
yeah. And that's why, like I said, I had 2 of the toughest guys for him, and Reggie pulled them off of me. It didn't have to happen.
That's why I had 2 of the toughest guys on Pac, but Reggie pulled them off of him. See, he has yet to deal with these factual statements made by his then boss, Suge Knight. But he has finally come out and admitted that he failed Tupac on that night. His security company failed Tupac on that night and failed Suge Knight and failed Death Row. And so when we talk about this is very important. Because there's been nobody that's actually come out and admit to anything involving the failure to do what they were supposed to do involving Tupac. We've had Keith D come out and admit his part that he played, right? But Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. has finally admitted it. And like I told you before, that's negligence. That's negligence. And once again, factually speaking, there is no lie when Yasmin Fuller put out this fax and Frank Alexander said that he got the fax. Frank got the fax. The guy at Death Row Office's security, who was the office manager at that time, got the fax because he told Frank about it. And best believe Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. got the fax also. That's why he pulled the security off of Tupac in Vegas that night. But what Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. forgot is that he was ultimately hired by Death Row. Right? And therein lies the failure. Because when Suge asked him for the 5 more security guards, he was supposed to send them, but he didn't. And like I said, if you focus on what Suge said in regards to, Suge said it. I'm going to say it one more time. Suge said, that's why I had 2 of the toughest guys on Pac, which would probably be Michael Moore, who admittedly had a gun, and Frank Alexander, who said he had his gun, but his gun was in the car. Right? And Suge Knight said, but Reggie pulled them off of him. Meaning Michael Moore. Frank Alexander was still there, but he couldn't take his gun into the MGM. You can't go into the MGM like that. You know, you go into the fight. You can't go in there like that.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I said, I had 2 of the toughest guys for him, and Reggie pulled them off of me. It didn't have to happen.
So I can understand why Frank wouldn't have his gun on him. And furthermore, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr., his security company did not have gun permits to be able to have guns in Vegas where you could walk around like that. There's a law where you have to get permission if you're going into another jurisdiction. You know what I mean? And you roaming as a security. There's something you have to go through the police and all of that. And Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. and his failed security company didn't do that. I've been trying to explain this to you guys. Like I said, once again, All of the other name call, all that other stuff, that's not important. That's deflections. That's trying to tap into your little comedy, your comedy DNA. Ha ha ha, chuckle, chuckle, yeah, laugh, laugh, laugh. Right. But what's more important is Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. has finally admitted he was responsible for the protection of Tupac. And he failed, and the security company failed. And like I said, it is without a doubt documentation of facts sent Frank. So this is the key. Why would Frank Alexander admit that he thought that he was fired? Frank was telling the truth. He was like, yo, the guy at the office told me, Tupac firing you, right? And Frank said he went and asked Tupac. He's like, yo, am I fired? I'm fired? And he told him what happened. And Tupac told him, nah, you going with me. He was firing Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. security company as his personal security because Reggie the Rat Wright Jr.'s personal security company used to roll with Tupac. I've seen him do it. I've witnessed it with my own eyes. You see what I'm saying? So I know that what Tupac meant and under what circumstances he was talking about in regards to that. But guess what? Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. and his failed Right Way Protective Services still worked and was employed by Death Row. And Suge Knight said it so eloquently as anybody could say it. I had two of the best guys for Pac that night, but Reggie pulled them off of him. You've heard Michael Moore say that. You've heard Frank Alexander say that. You've heard Suge Knight say that. It's been said by three of the most important people in that vicinity, and the most important person in the vicinity was Suge Knight who said it. These are facts. He can't duck that. Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. can't duck that. No matter how many times they try to double down and triple down with this name calling and all of that, the fact of the matter is Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. failed Tupac and Suge on September 7th, 1996. And Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. is negligent in that. He is responsible for that. And he's lucky, and he's been kowtowing to the estate. He's lucky the estate didn't sue him for that. With Suge's statement alone. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever you hear Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. over on Bomb First and Gullible John huckling, chuckling behind Reggie, right? No. First and foremost, before you hear anything he's going to say, this is the guy who ran the security company that was supposed to protect Tupac on that night. And he failed Tupac because he pulled the security off of Tupac that Suge said was two of his toughest guys that he had put on him. And when the person asks you, when they say that, and he say, well, how you know that? You know what you tell them? Because Suge Knight, his own boss, said so. Because Michael Moore, one of his security guards that was actually pulled off of Tupac, said so. And then you say, well, and you know who else? The guy who actually received the facts and thought that Tupac fired him when he fired Reggie, he actually said so too. Because, see, he thought he was fired, but Tupac only meant Reggie and his failed security company. But besides that, he was still supposed to protect Tupac because Reggie the Rat Wright Jr.'s company actually worked for Death Row.
Reg, where's Pac's security at, man? Where's his security? Like, that nigga sent me a letter over the day, faxing me, firing me. I don't play no games. That nigga don't want no security on him. Cool. That's less of a headache me trying to find somebody to work. And Suge looked at me and Suge like, we was right there in the middle of the club at House of Blue. I said, Reggie, don't play like that, man. Don't play like that. Pac, number one, he don't pay you no way. He ain't hired you no way. I hired you. I paid him. Don't play like that. So.
Yeah. So we understand and know what it is and what it isn't. How you really felt about Tupac from your own words.
I can't say that I got it or didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't know about it. Because I sure would. I'm the type of nigga to be like, fuck that nigga.
So when Tupac fired him, he was firing him as his personal security. But Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. and his failed right-way protective services was still supposed to protect Tupac when Suge asked him to send 5 more security guards, but he did not do that. And the reason he did not do that, because he was fired on August 27th, 1996 by Tupac as his personal security, and he didn't like that. And him pulling the security off of Tupac was retaliation and negligent at the same time. That's how it went down. And you hear him now, he's finally admitting it.
As a security company, I failed because my security guard, and I have to take some responsibility of that, didn't call me and inform me what happened. And Tupac got shot and killed, not while I was there, but while my security company was one of the ones supposedly fired. But we know that's this false statement, fake news, as Donald Trump people would say.
So before any more name calling, any more talking about Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, Shaq, DJ Quick, Snoop, and any of them other people, always remember that Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. was negligent and partially responsible for the death of Tupac Shakur through his security company and his fail to do his job on September 7th, 1996. And if it wasn't for that, you can best believe, for all intents and purposes and everything that we know, Tupac Shakur would still be with us today. Not to say that nothing else wouldn't have happened after that, but if the job was done that Suge Knight had asked him to do that night, you can best believe that Tupac would have still been here. If he would have had 5 security guards on, he wouldn't have been able to run over to Orlando like that. If he had 5 security guards on him, the security protocol would have been different. Hopefully by somebody in that group. Because like you said, Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. has kind of distanced himself, and it failed because, my security didn't call me, at the number that I told him to. No. It failed because you failed. And the responsibility lies with the person at the top, not the person at the bottom. You didn't run a tight company. You didn't run a professional company. And therefore, Tupac was killed in Las Vegas, shot on September 7, 1996, and succumbed to his wounds on September 13th, 1996. Your boy DELRAY, straight game.